Hello and welcome to day 13 of my mental health Vlogmas. Yesterday I talked about hidden and invisible disabilities. Now I want to continue to talk about disabilities today, both physical and mental. There are two accepted models of disability, the medical model and the social model. Now the medical model focuses in on the fact that the problem is with the individual's personal condition. And this is what creates a disability. Now this creates the situation where personal details are demanded from the person with the disability, often by a stranger or someone who may not be a close trusted individual. So this creates a lot of stress and anxiety and fear, because the person has to divulge personal details just so that the environment is more accessible to them. Now the social model focuses in on the fact that there is not a problem with the individual, but a problem with the inaccessible environment. So it is the environmental, the institutional and attitudinal barriers that disable the individual. So I want to go through two examples just to show the difference between these two models of disability in our environment. So the first one would be, say, a work meeting. Now in a work meeting, often we find that it's the person who's the loudest and the most confident who gets their views heard and listened to. Now this excludes someone who, for example, has anxiety, because it takes them a lot of courage and strength to speak up. Now the medical model will focus in on the individual skills and basically try and get that individual to improve their skills in a way that they become a loud and confident person, which is not always realistic. The social model would encourage that everyone gets an equal chance to speak, and this takes away the high pressure environment and completely removes the barrier. Now whilst this will benefit the person with anxiety, it will also benefit someone who, say, doesn't suffer from a mental illness but just suffers from lack of confidence. And the benefits from removing this barrier is also that more views are heard, more collaboration is created, and better productivity. Now my second example is more focused in on physical barriers. So say to enter a building you have to climb a set of stairs. Now the medical model would actually provide very few solutions really in helping, say, a wheelchair user to climb the stairs. The social model will involve placing a ramp, and this will create access to the building and remove the barrier in the environment. Now this will benefit the wheelchair user because they will now have access. It will benefit someone with mobility issues. But if we think about it on a broader sense, it could also benefit, say, a courier who has lots of parcels to deliver, so they could push it up the ramp using a trolley instead of carrying them one by one up the stairs and potentially avoiding injury. So these examples are quite simple, but there are many more similar ones which really demonstrate that removing barriers in the environment can benefit everyone and not just the person with a disability. So I think we really need to start focusing on being mindful about the barriers in our lives and discussing more barriers, because it's quite hard to see a barrier if it's not a barrier that affects you directly. So yeah, so we need to all work together to make this world more accessible for everyone. So thank you for watching. My happy thought of the day was this morning I had the time and the energy to straighten my hair, and that was a really nice change. So yeah, so as always, be kind to yourselves, and thank you for watching. I will link to my previous vlogs in case you missed them. And just very, very quickly at the end, this is my dog. Watch me do my vlog. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye bye.